everyone, and welcome to this week's Laws of Community. How is everybody? I hope
Good
everybody's doing well.
afternoon. Sorry. Well, I wanted to say I like our music. Like I never get tired of our intro music.
I know I never get tired of it either. I always got to dance to it.
But yes,
Same with our outro. Our outro is
most
nice.
definitely. But yeah, I'm Hanna Sumrall, and that is Ronald Raymond. And yeah, we're here with Self Empowerment Week for July. What do you want to say about
Yep.
that, Ronald?
Why? Because I always have something to say.
Yes, yes, you
Because I
always
talk
have
a lot.
something to say.
Is my signal all right? By the way, it just said "oops"
It's a
on me.
little bit scratchy.
Okay, well, I hope everybody can hear me and understand
That's
me.
oops on
But
you.
what I have to say today is, you know, self-empowerment is huge, okay? Like you really I've said this plenty of times on past self-empowerment episodes, but you got to empower yourself in order to empower others. So, like for instance, last few days is I've been working with a guy painting his whole fence line, pressure washing it and all that, right? And initially, it was just me, and he, I've empowered myself these last couple days, proving that I can do the work, I can do all this. So ultimately, I've empowered in the mentality of this client that I'm working for. Uh, you know, I'm I'm worthy of leading. So he had another person come on the job today, and with me showing that I can empower myself to do the work, that I can show up and I can get things done, and in a nice timely fashion and smoothly. He trusted me and had me basically be the one to empower the guy on the job today, and help him along the way, and have him making sure that he's doing each thing. So ultimately, where I'm going with that is, like, if you can't get yourself to do what it is that you need or what you desire, what your passion is, and you can't ultimately prove that to yourself and empower yourself, nobody else is really going to see uh, your value, your worth, because you're not allowing others to see your what you're able to do, what you're capable of. So, ultimately you may not be put into a position to where you can empower others, because that's what leader positions are. You're there to empower the rest of the workforce when you are a manager or a leader of some sort on a job. So, that's my personal experience, what I've been going through these last few days of empowerment of this week and self-empowerment. Um, and then not only that, but I just want to say one last thing before I pass it off. And, you know, I've empowered myself and I've empowered others in a sense. I'm going to show this hat because I love this hat. Okay. You'll never find this hat ever again, most likely, because it's from a coffee shop. My favorite coffee is there. And so, what I did is I reached out to the owner because I know the owner, and I noticed that her coffee shop was gone. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to reach out to her and express what, her establishment and her energy has done for me in a sense, and express my gratitude. And so, I reached out to her, and she let me know that she empowered herself. She worked on a little bit of self-empowerment, and instead of working herself every day, not being able to be close to family or anything like that, she took a step that most people wouldn't take. A lot of people are afraid to take because they have the pride in their own work or in their own business. and she took a step so she can go closer to family, get closer to family. She sold a majority of her business so she could have that. She empowered herself. She empowered her lifestyle by selling off a bunch of it. So ultimately, it's a new company that's in place that owns her coffee and everything. But what she did was put in the contract that they have to still utilize her coffee. So not only did she empower herself, but she empowered her customers. She empowered her legacy. She ultimately made it to where people can enjoy her coffee. People can still get to know what it is that, her values are, in a sense. She in my mind, that's self-empowerment, and that's empowering others, because without her doing that, I wouldn't have a vintage hat. I wouldn't have I wouldn't have something that is going to be historical, for any customer that knows the rail car that used to exist at the Fort Worth stockyards. Anybody who bought the hat got empowered. So without further ado, I'll pass it on.
Well said. Well said. Well, since you took up like all of our time,
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I just wanted to quickly reiterate for the second time. It is almost gone, but I still have available the tarot readings. Pay what you can for 2 more days. So yeah, if you were interested in that, definitely hit me up. It is only $10 or as much as you would like to pay. So yeah, other than that, I guess we will introduce our guests now, because give them the time that
here's
they deserve.
For y'all to know, this man is very empowering. Anytime I've ever interacted with him, the first time I met him, especially in person, this man, he walks into a room and he lights up the energy.
Definitely.
Just his energy alone walking into the room will empower you, because of what he has to say and how much he puts out there for you guys. So without further ado, here you go, Marc. Welcome to our show, and we appreciate you for being here.
Yes, most definitely. So welcome, Marc.
Hey, thanks for having me. What's up, guys? How you feeling?
Doing pretty good.
Doing well. How about yourself?
Fan-freaking-tastic. Living the dream in South Florida here. Empowering people. I love that.
Awesome.
I love that story. I love that choice. Anyone who knows me well, I will always take my family over my business on any given day, at any given time, 10 out of 10 times. So, as I like to tell people, I don't make millions and millions, but I'm not starving. I'm doing pretty well. And I spend more time with my family, my kids, my friends, and my circle than any human being I know. So yeah, all about it. Let's dive in. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, and, I was just gonna say, I know you're always you're always posting. If you follow Marc on social media, you'll see that he's always hanging out with friends, always supporting and promoting others' things, and most definitely. So yeah, I was just gonna, that is definitely something you do.
Yeah, no, thank you. We actually did one last night. We did a charity yoga event on the beach. We fed 1,800 people through Feeding America, and then actually went out and had some wings and oysters after.
I see. Fed yourself too.
Yeah, exactly. We've been doing this every weekend. We've been doing this for years, and tell everybody right now, you might go a little over. So all the engineering and tech, this is a longer podcast alert because I've never done one on time yet in 5 years. So we'll see what we can do, and let's dive in. Happy. So how can I serve? How can I help? What can I tell you? What would you like to know? What will add value to the viewers? And we'll go from there.
Did you have something to say, Ron?
Yeah, I was.
Well,
the biggest thing that I know that others really feel do what they want or what they need to do in life. You help them heal the body.
I don't think that is working, hon.
Can't hear a word he's saying. Except, it sounds like Clubhouse in the Matrix, like very robotic.
Yes, most definitely. We always have the universe like against us half the time. All right. Well, maybe I'll just. All right. Well, maybe I'll just lead with questions, and we can just see your beautiful face, Ron. Well, what I was actually going to bring up is because I got this very in-depth explanation of you that you gave me. I was only able to submit 500 words. Oh my goodness! Now my audio.
What? Can you hear me now?
Now Ron is good. Go ahead, Ron.
Well, okay. So what I would say, if you can understand me still, was everything that you do, Mark. What I would share with our audience is, I know you tend to help others heal themselves. You do it not just physically, you do it on a mental level, you do it on an emotional level. And with that, you empower so many people with your product. Okay, I know every time that I've heard you talk about it and what you do, you're always out there moving and feeding people the good stuff. What is it that you do, so you could share to our audience yourself, that it is that your profession, what you have chosen to do in order to empower others with?
Sure. And I'll take you a little bit back, give you a little synopsis of a whole lot of decades in this many minutes, and hopefully that'll answer a lot of questions. So, and for those who are in our circles and have heard this, I forgive you, but it's my life. So I spent a decade in finance, and I did everything from the whole Wolf of Wall Street / boiler room style life. And it was interesting. It was fun. But at the end of the day, it wasn't fulfilling. And after a decade of that, from smaller firms up to JP Morgan and taking a book of business over 5 to 8 times higher through 110 million, I was taking from people. I wasn't helping. And for those who know the story, I went to Florida on a vacation. Someone offered me a free personal training session, broke me in 20 minutes. And then I said, I need a lifestyle change. Moved to Florida, dropped 70 pounds, dropped 4 clothing sizes, became a trainer. That's where the serving really started. That's where I took people who were, 2, 3 kids in, and a mom would say, I need you to help me change my body to change my life. That's where I, for the next 10 years, took almost 11,000 pounds off people. But for those who know the story, and for the lucky hats, you probably never see this lucky hat. And, it's matching this lucky empowerment necklace from Tony Robbins. I basically had a meeting with the big guy, and he said what I was doing was cute, and how am I going to help millions of people? Within months, I was at another event. Within months, I was launching at UPW Los Angeles, March 13, 2019. It is now 52 months, I believe, tomorrow or today. And we've helped well over 5,000 people. Never had any returns, 0. Help people mentally with the gummies and ingestibles, the tinctures. Help people with anxiety, with ADD, ADHD, menstrual cramps, joint pain, cholesterol, blood sugar, blood pressure. Help people with muscular pain with our spray, our number 1. People that can't do this are doing this inside of under 3 minutes. People that couldn't walk up and down stairs are now walking. People that couldn't touch their toe, play with their grandkids. I now actually just became the sponsor of my son's high school football team. So at the end of the day, I look back now and just can sum up over the 20 years, roughly. I've been helping mentally. I've been helping physically. And as far as my charitable efforts, after, becoming very active in the Tony Robbins community, that just took my charity to a whole new level. I've done work with Operation Underground Railroad, which a lot of people really familiar with now with the movie Sound of Freedom. Highly recommend people to go see it. It's a lot to digest, but it's a necessary evil per se. I've been working with pediatric oncology support teams, supporting kids and families with cancer, Feeding America, i.e. last night, American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. And on top of all of that, I like to help people talking about just every day. You know, one thing I learned from being around a lot of these 7, 8, 9-figure net worth people is that they all have a routine. They all have a morning routine. None of them just wake up and say, okay, now I'm worth $100 billion or whatever it is, and go. And I do priming, which for those who know or do not know is a 15-minute routine of some breath work from Wim Hof, 3 things that I'm grateful for, cleansing light going through my body, healing, and 3 goals that I want to see.
Are you back
You're
with us,
muted.
Marc?
Take 2. Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
We are just going with the technical gods today. But basically, I was saying the last part is I'm doing some goal setting of things that I want to see done, but not just saying, yeah, I want some money. I want to see the $20,000 deposited into the bank account. I want to see the 50 pounds off of my body, which I have done. I want to see that relationship and what it looks like in it. And well, for those who know me, we know how that story goes. So we're working on that one, and it's ever changing. But yeah, wrapping it up in a bow, and I'm not sure what cut in or out, is I've spent decades basically empowering people. Like Hanna said it, like Ron said it. I edify. I hop on a Zoom. I'm like, look who's here. This person has the best this. This person is the best coach. This person has the best makeup. This person has the best videos. This person does this. You know, walking into a room and just going like this, and I am the best, and I am the greatest, and I am everything. It's a whole lot of ego. And for a New York male, it could be very easy to have that ego, but I've learned to put it in check in the past 5 years. And I've learned that the secret to living is giving. I've learned that helping others. I've learned about elevating people. We've spoke about ecosystem mergers ad nauseum. I mean, I must have met a few hundred people in the past few weeks alone. And now I'm literally in 6+ WhatsApp threads with hundreds of new people. So I like to empower everyone. I like to help everyone. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I absolutely love it. And it's funny you say that because I feel like you do walk into the room like that, like, you know, like a gorilla beat on your chest, but it's not for you. It's for everyone. It's for, hey, let's make, like, you know, it's about me and you. Like, I feel like that's definitely how you do it. So you're doing it amazing. You're not letting through any of the New York ego at all. I mean, maybe a little bit, you know.
A little bit, but you know what? Listen, I say the quote all the time. There's a fine line of confidence and arrogance, and I walk it. Because, you know, I always talk about it on Clubhouse. Like, I like to be the person, and I encourage people to be that person, that when you walk in the room, shit stops. Like, let's call it what it is. That's what I like to do. And some people want to walk in and make shit stop because they want everyone to go, ooh, look at you. Look at this. I like your hat. I like your shirt. I don't do it so I could get my ego stroked. I do it to basically walk in and say, look, I'm here. Everything is going to elevate right now. Everyone's going to be happier. Everyone's going to connect more. Everyone's going to network more. Everyone is doing more business by accident. I promise you, if you put me in the room with a handful of people, something is happening. They're going to inspire them to start that business they were thinking about. They're going to ask me questions about, you know, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Listen, I'm not afraid to ask. I'm not a genius. I asked people. I modeled people. You know, people say, "Oh, you're copying. You're fighting them. You're taking their style." No, I'm not. I'm asking people who did it. You want me to go read a 600-page book on theory, or do you want me to go talk to somebody who's worth $80 million and say, what should I do? What should I not do? So again, you know, I've gotten it from people and received it, and I've given it. And I will say that cliche saying, you know, a lot of people talk about, well, how do you give and give and give and give? It sucks it out of you. You got to fill your cup. That's why I meditate. That's why I do breath work. That's why I spend hours in the gym. That's why I do charity. Because if you don't do all that stuff, it's just, you have to take care of your mind, your body, and your soul. And you just have to be fired up, as Blanca says. Big shout out to Blanca. I'm fired up pretty much from the minute my eyes open until the second I go to bed. Period. You know, someone just asked me today, like, oh my God, do you ever get mad? Of course I got mad. I was on the phone with Xfinity about my cable bill for an hour because they billed me 3 times. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful I have cable. I'm grateful I have money to pay the bill. I'm grateful that I can call someone up instead of having to drive a half an hour, sit and talk to somebody for 2 hours and fight with them and then drive a half hour back. So I always try to, even in those moments of anger or you're upset, I just twist it and put a positive spin on it.
Wow. I absolutely love that. And I had something specific I was going to say like 2 minutes ago, but then I got just entranced by everything you were saying. I will say I like that, you know, find a way to fill your cup, because that is definitely something even Ron and I are doing right now, because part of us being separated is us filling our cup because we've been together so much. Like, we just need a little bit of separation and then we can come back together in harmony. And, you know, sometimes you just got to do what is best for you. And I absolutely love that you advocate for that.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I could talk to you about works of Brene Brown and some other people. You have to love yourself first. You have to work on yourself first. If you're not like perfect in your own heart and your own mind and your own body and your own soul, and you're not comfortable in your own skin, you're not bringing to the table what you really should or want to bring. And trust me, the other half feels that. You know how you feel when you walk up to Ron and you're like, bam, I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm ready to be with you. I want to do whatever it is we're doing. He feels that energy that bounces off of him. He gets all pumped up. Oh my God, my girl's loving this. I'm loving her. And that's how it goes. And you can have that in a romantic relationship. I've had that in business relationships where, you know, if you're in business with the wrong partner, that's the end of that. You know, you need to be with the right people. You need to bring the right energy. I remember, you know, when I was in personal training and I managed, I don't even know, 20-something trainers, you know, I would sit down and help some of the people that would need closing of the packages. So I'm this, you know, louder, extrovert, hands moving New York guy. I would put someone who's like, hi, well, what I think you need is, you know, 4 times a month with blah, blah, blah. Because I know if that person didn't like this and hearing me, maybe they like that. So it complements each other. Is that my style? The quiet, shy? Not really. But guess what? That guy couldn't get loud and get in there and say, now give me your Amex and it's only $7,000 this year. I can. So again, whether it's your personal relationship or your business relationship, you need the synergies. You need to feed off each other. And you need to empower yourself and then empower the other partner, and then it's magic.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely agree with that. And I want to try to be respectful of Kirill's time and the universe, because the universe is just telling us that we need to get our good information out there and then go back to filling our cups however we need to do that. So yeah, if you want to just make sure that the audience knows good and well here at the end what it is that your company is,
Yep.
what it is you offer, and
Yep.
all of those great and wonderful things. And I know you do have Because there was something else about the charities that you're starting. I don't have it pulled up at the moment,
Yeah.
but if you want to share about that as well, the because it sounds so cool, the Quantum Fund. Yes,
Yep.
that part.
Nah, I'll talk about all of it. I'll do the Quantum
Oh,
Fund
nice.
first. The whole commercial of, find me on this, that, the other thing, and all that fun
Yep,
stuff.
take it away.
Yep. So the Quantum Fund is something that I've been, shame on me. We were right there to the edge right as COVID was starting. Is my vision of, look, I deal with 5 or 6 charities, and not in any specific order, is Operation Underground Railroad, Dawn of Freedom, which are both for human trafficking. I deal with Pediatric Oncology Support Team, American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, Feeding America. My business has been giving 10% of everything I do to charity. Sometimes it goes to Camille. Sometimes it goes through Blanca's funds. What I want to do is make one master fund. And then when Hanna buys $100 worth of product from my website, $10 gets donated. My vision, speaking of, I think Johnny Vision's out there, big shout out to another great empath servant leader. My vision is that Hanna can say, I want my $10 to go towards Feeding America, because that speaks to me. Ron might say, you know what? My friend took his own life. I want my 10% to go to American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. So I want to make one foundation that basically people can choose where they direct that money to go, and I will pay any associated fees with it, and then it just goes net to them. So that's my vision about the Quantum Fund. Where do you find me? Well, it's pretty simple. Marc Siegel, MarcSiegel on Facebook. Believe it or not, on Instagram, best way you're going to find me is QPTCBD. The best way you want to email me, it's simple. marc@qptcbd.com. You can go on my link tree /Marc Siegel. You can go to my website, www.qptcbd.com. So basically everything is QPTCBD. As far as my phone number, well, I think enough of you have it. But if you go through Facebook, either on the Marc Siegel side, or if you go through QPTCBD on the Insta side, on the Facebook side, on the website side, on the Linktree side, on the email side, that's how you get in touch with me. And I'll make this interesting. We'll see who's paying attention. Anyone who messages me, and I want you to direct message me, and you can go through any of those platforms I said, and you mention Hanna and Ron, I will give you 18% off, which those of you know who I love to use the number 18, which means life in the Jewish religion and some other religions. If you message me, I will give you 18% off on whatever you want. And guess what? The expiration is never. That's right, forever, in perpetuity. Probably doing some business suicide here. By the way, this is how you do not run your business. But anyway, it's my business, so I can do that. 18% off by
That is so awesome. Hey, he got the important part out. That's what matters. And also, if you make an order on QPT CBD, make sure you put in the code Oasis as well, and that will wrap us back into it as well. And he loves to help others while helping himself, and absolutely love it. We will definitely try to say goodbye to Marc here in a minute. However, I think we're pretty close to wrapping it up. Do you have something you want to sign off with for this second?
Yeah, if everybody can hear me and I'm not frozen.
Yes. I think it's good. Good to me.
I would like to say, I don't know why it says Gorillas.
It just talk.
But anyways, I would like to thank Marc, ultimately because since we met him, he has been a huge motivator. I mean, with everything he does, the first time we ever met him, was on Laws of Life with Blanca, and you know the first time that I saw you, Marc, I remember you were jogging down the street. You were jogging.
Oh yeah.
You were sweating your ass off. You were, but you were on Laws of Life with Blanca,
4
and going
years.
to the breakout rooms, and you were paying attention where you're going while you're jogging, but you were also paying attention to everything that was being said on the show. And that right there is commitment, it's empowerment, it's self-empowerment, it's all of the above. Because if you can't empower yourself to just go do what's needed, and also while you're actively doing something, you're also interacting with something you've promised to be on, or anything like that, you do it. You're a very committed person. And that is hands down the biggest thing that I've gotten from meeting you, is really really realizing that I need to stay more committed to the things that I'm committed to, and really put myself that foot forward. And it's really really awesome, because that day, the first time we ever met you in person, then you empowered everybody that was there. You gave everybody a place to sleep. You gave food in everybody's stomach because of it. You inviting everybody to that one spot to spend that weekend together. You empowered so many people by bringing us all together into one space other than the global vision, and really kind of being able to dive deeper with everybody, being able to actually connect. Because otherwise, most of us would have probably just stayed in a hotel, kept to ourselves, gone out to dinner with maybe a couple people or something, but it wouldn't have been as massive as that.
Nah, that was
And
epic. That was amazing. We had like 50, 60 people. I know exactly what you're talking about.
yep.
We're doing again on a smaller scale for Business Mastery, actually, August 16th to 20th. Working on
Oh,
that already. We did Wealth Mastery, and we're going to do it again. And I will just say this maybe as a little sneak peek. Try to free up November 10th through 12th, because it might be the biggest gathering I've ever done in my life since I'm born.
oh
So
wow.
I'll tell more about that in a couple months. We're working on some details. And, while I'm feeling all Tony-esque and I'm looking at all these lucky hats and bracelets and everything, and this will be very appropriate as a closing kind of quote. People always ask me, what do I feel success is? And I will quote my mentor and say, and this is exactly what he told me, and I'll never forget: success is doing what you want, with who you want, when you want, as much as you want. And I want you to really think about that, because I remember when I was sitting there and the smoke was coming out of my ears, and I'm like, And then Tony's like, listen, it's not about how much money. It's not about what your career is. It's not about what you were groomed to do or you're expected to do. Do what lights you up. If I can say one thing to empower anyone watching or listening to this, there's one life. We all got those friends who, oh my God, why did this one die at 20 or 40? And then you see the bad guy who's like 95 and smoking cigars and eating like crap, and he's alive. Treat every day as if it is your last. All these cliches, carpe diem. If you want to start a cupcake business, start a cupcake business. Oh, but Marc, I don't know how. What do I do? Figure it out. Start with one cupcake. Make an awesome recipe. Bring it to your neighbor. Let your neighbor tell her girlfriends. Let them tell the kids at the play date. Rent a space. Get a food truck. Get a stand. Do a table. Bang. Go to Blanca. Go to Kirill. Get some logos. Get a podcast. Now you have a cupcake business. That's it. People spend so much time killing themselves. I think I was just thumbing through, I don't know, it was Instagram or TikTok, and I think it was what's his name, the guy who plays Batman. I keep forgetting his name, Keaton. And they said to him, what's the biggest thing you could give, or a piece of advice for anyone? Is spend your time with your kids now. Do whatever you want to do now, because you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like, man, where did that time go? Where did that happen? My mom used to say to me, Mark, every year you get older, it's going to go quicker. I'm like, you're crazy. What do you know? God rest her soul. She was absolutely right. This year is half gone, people. What did you do in 23 right now already to set up your success for the future, your legacy, your passion, your purpose? If you didn't, you better get to it, because you're going to blink your eyes and we're going to be going 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. It's 2024, like that. And then you look back and go, holy shit, where'd that year go? Now we're going to Global Vision in January 24th, I believe it is, in 24. Like that fast. We were talking about just now how we met at that party and hung out. We're going to blink our eyes and you're going to be standing next to me with both of you and a beautiful baby. And we're going to be standing right there, soaking it all in. Period.
So excited.
Most definitely.
Woo! Let's go, baby. I'm getting myself fired up right now.
Woo! Thank you, Mark. We absolutely love it.
Thank you for sharing all those beautiful insights, honestly, because there's so many people out there today that just they don't know what to do with themselves. And really that first step,
Yep. Find your purpose.
Realize what it is that makes you go, and go after it.
Go after it. Go get it. Find it right now. Action. I'm going to follow up with whoever's watching this, and I'm going to message some people in the next 72 hours and be like, what did you do right now to get closer to that goal? And we'll give them something too, and we'll donate something in their name too.
All right. Awesome. You are so awesome, Mark. And thank you so much for coming on and being here with us. And but yeah, we'll let you get back to whatever it is that you have going on next, and then wrap it up really quick.
Yeah, next is I'm going to Jamaica. I'm going to actually some self-love. I'm going in a few days by myself. I've never done this in my life. I'm just going to a resort, putting a bracelet on, all you can eat, all you can drink, work out. I'm going to still wake up and meditate and do my breath work and do my workout. That's how it starts still, even on vacation. Then I'll have fun. I'll charge the batteries. I'll brainstorm. I'll soul search. I'll go in deep and do the work. And I'm going to come back. Woo-wee. Get ready. I'm going to bring it. So that's what's next.
Awesome.
And thank you for having me. And let's do this again. We'll work on some internet stuff, and I'll be more than happy. And I can't wait. One day we'll just do this in like a cool little studio down here in South Florida, because we've got about 3 of them with friends that own them. So we could do this live, like Joe Rogan style.
Absolutely, would love to do that. I've been thinking about that for the last couple months. I can't wait to get to a point of where we can have a studio or something with others coming to us instead of having to be over the webs like this.
Well, guess what? You're starting right now. I'm going to text you in 72 hours, brother. I'm going to be like, what'd you do to make that happen?
Hell yeah.
Love it. I love it. Well, all right, Mark, thank you so much. And we will be chatting with you soon.
Yeah, thank you. And I think you froze again before.
Yeah, I think it did. But that's all good.
Hopefully you were able to hear it. And much love to you, man. It's been a while since we last saw you, and so excited for the next time we get to see you in person again.
Yes, we appreciate it so much. And all right, I think we're basically beyond out of time, and appreciate everyone for watching us, even though now we have all the viewers.
Wow, we have all the viewers right at the end.
Go back and listen to it. It was amazing. Yes. It was so amazing. Please go back and listen to this. Mark is unbelievable. And so yeah, I just wanted to really quickly thank you, Lisa Kane. Thank you, Johnny Regan. Thank you, Penny Sumrall. Whoever else is watching, I can't see who you are. Make sure you comment live with us. We would love to give you a shout out. Love to chat with you. And as always, ask questions if you have them. But yeah. All right, guys. I think that's about it. How about you, Ron?
I think that's about it. I was just going to say, really pay attention to what Mark said. Go out there, find what it is that makes you go, and go after it. Because if you don't, you might just be wasting your days away.
You may not wake up tomorrow.
Yep. Go and empower yourself, and go and empower others, because that's all you really can do in this life to get yourself to the next step, to the next page. So absolutely. Thank you once again, Marc, and can't wait to see you here again shortly. Hopefully it'll be like a blink of an eye. So
It always seems that way, no matter what.
yeah, I know.
All
I
right.
can't believe it's already been 7 months. So
All right, guys. Hope you get to have a great rest of your day and join us next week for Homeless to Home Free on Laws of Community. Find us on your podcast platforms. All the other things. Get a tarot reading for only $10. All right. Bye, guys. That's all.
bye, guys. Love you all.